this album right here, as opposed to the other ones, the lyrics were there, but not the production. Compared to the albums that would follow.
This is hip hop album debate. Let's get the conversation going. Ain't no time to waste. Yeah, the podcast that I know you've been wanting. They talking real hip hop. Got everybody talking. Let's go. Yeah, keep it 100 and stay true. Hosted by my homie Q. Tune in and come through. Yeah, this be the spot, the number one place all day. This is hip hop album debate. Let's go. Hey, yeah.
Welcome to Hip Hop Album Debate, the podcast. This is Q, and this is episode 70. And today's debate topic is, which was the better album between UGK, Too Hard to Swallow, or 8Ball and MJG, Coming Out Hard? That's right. But before we get into this debate, you guys be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know the play. All right, so let's get into this, man. So we got two Southern groups that's made a stamp, has made a mark on hip hop in general, but definitely Southern hip hop. So let's get it cracking. So we got Too Hard to Swallow, right? UGK. Let's see, the songs on there that I liked it was Something Good, of course, you know, the Rufus and the Shaka Khan sample. Use Me Up, another soul sample Bill Withers. Pocket Full of Stone. I like this version somewhat, but as we all know, it would be another version down the pipeline that we will all fall in love with. But Pocket Full of Stone, this version was cool too, and Cramping My Style. All right. So when you look at this album, this UGK album, I mean, this is not your typical classic UGK. You know what I'm saying? This was early on, and I'll just say for me, when I think of a classic UGK album, I think of Super Tight. I think of Dirty Money. I think of Riding Dirty. You know what I'm saying? So this album right here, as opposed to the other ones, the lyrics were there, but not the production. You know, compared to the albums that would follow. You know what I'm saying? In fact, Super Tight was the first UGK album I heard. I wasn't even aware of Too Hard to Swallow until, probably late 90s, early 2000s. So when I go back to listen to that album, I'm always, and it's unfair to them, but I'm kind of comparing it to Super Tight because I thought Super Tight was their first album. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, it was a big difference and a huge growth between those two. Okay, but then, all right, you go to 8Ball and MJG, Coming Out Hard. Now they had the hits, man. They really came out swinging. Which this wasn't their first album, to be fair, but man, they got some bangers, man. 9 Little Millimeter Boys, Armed Robbery, Pimps, Coming Out Hard, the title track, Mr. Big, one of the best storytelling songs ever, man. I mean, they could make a movie off that song right now if they wanted to. Ball killed it, you know what I'm saying? I love them both, but I probably like MJG a little bit more. But Ball, he got busy on that song. On the solo dolo tip. Of course, Niggas Like Us, that's another song that I liked it. So, you look at Ball and G, like that first album, like it was so solid just in terms of how it was put together that when you listen to that album and then when you listen to On the Outside Looking In, it really wasn't no growth. And it really was no need to grow because Coming Out Hard was pretty solid. Now you could hear the growth by the time they got to On Top of the World. Whereas UGK, if they would have been stagnated in terms of the sound and how they put Too Hard to Swallow together, if they would have carried that same blueprint into the next album, I don't know if they would have been around. You know, or maybe they wouldn't have got the attention that they did get. They probably would have been solid on the underground tip. You know, just my opinion. But so which was the better album to me? Hey, shout out to UGK, but I had to go with Ball and G, Coming Out Hard. All right. Now, let's see what the people had to say. We got a couple of comments. We got Joe Mo from YouTube writes, I was on to 8Ball and MJG before UGK. I can't lie, but they were both classics. All right, and then my man Vinny Hall from Facebook writes, Coming Out Hard. All right, so let's see what the polls had to say, because the people are the polls, and the polls are the people. 29% said Too Hard to Swallow, and 71% said Coming Out Hard. There you have it. Hey, y'all let your boy know something, man. You know the play. If you agree with me, you agree with the polls, or disagree with me, the polls, or the comments, y'all let me know something, man. This is an ongoing convo. Shout out to these two groups, man. Been a fan of them since the mid-90s, early 90s. And, yeah, I'm happy to know that they still doing their thing. RIP to Pimp C, of course. All right. So, again, y'all let your boy know something, man. Hey, I'm gone. Peace.
Hey, yeah.